Hello and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. In the last episode, we made it to Southern Triangle Island and Northern Triangle Island, and in this episode we're going to finish out the trio of islands, but I don't know if we'll be getting into the dungeon because we got a little bit of a detour to take. First detour is right here at this island that has a treasure for us. So let's see if I can just sort of snipe it. I don't think I got it. I've been getting pretty good at this, but I don't know. Oh, look at that. We got it. As you can see, this is a fairy island, and we need to use our bombs to blow up the entrance. But first, let's see what this treasure is. A silver rupee. We're gonna need plenty of them. I figured as long as we're here and this is on the way, we might as well get this fairy to see what she's got for us. It's been a little bit of not a long time, but there's been a little bit of a gap between last recording and this one. I went off to MagFest. It all went great. My dizziness problems basically went away, but I just gotta remember what we were doing here. Although I have to admit, the entire time I was thinking about this series, I love Wind Waker, what can I say? Young Waker of the Winds, allow me to aid you in your quest. You can now carry more bombs. Carry a maximum of 99 with you wherever you go. The fairies of this fountain shall ease your weariness. When you grow fatigued from your battles, come here to be refreshed. And there we go. The purple fairies gave us upgraded bomb capacity. I don't think I want to replace that with a fairy, as tempting as it is. Something about the sound seems off. It seems a little quiet. Let me see if I can fix that. I hope that doesn't make it too loud, but I can always fix that in post if I need to. Let's find the boat. Oh, we don't need the boat yet. We've got to find the blue chew. There's always a blue chew on a fairy island. We know that. But yeah, I went to MagFest. I will admit, it was not quite everything I wanted and more. It's gotten so crowded over the years. And I know conventions are big, conventions are crowded, you're going to be waiting in lines, you're going to be overwhelmed with people, that's just what they are. And yeah, but it wasn't always that way. I've been going to MagFest since it was certainly not small, but small enough that the crowds were really just never an issue. I don't know, the lines for a lot of things were very long, and again, that's just kind of what conventions are, but when you have that memory of when it wasn't like that, it can be really easy to compare and have things come up short. This is, of course, Eastern Fairy Island. Word is they hold an auction every night over there on Windfall Island. Every night the people gather in the Hall of Wealth to amuse themselves by spending a little money. Ah, the rich. Auctions may be a race to see who can bid the highest, but I'll let you in on a little secret. The key to winning an auction is to be both patient and bold. I'm serious, Fry. From what I hear, they get some great things up in that auction block, too. Like heart-shaped stuff, among other things. Maybe that's just a rumor. You should try it out, Small Fry. You might just like it. And that's all the info. Well, don't we know it? We've already done all of the auctioning we could possibly want to do. So let's just move on to the next Triangle Island. Why don't we? But yeah, MagFest is great. I will be going again next year, and I still recommend it to anybody who's never gone. My big problem was because I have those memories of when it was something different than what it is now. And like I said, sometimes when you've got those memories, it's just hard not to compare to previous years and have this year come up a little bit short. But if you've never gone before, I highly recommend going. If you don't have, like, your expectations set already, then you'll probably have a better time than I did. I went with a friend who had never been before. She had the time of her life and said she's going to go every year for the rest of her life now. So don't let me being a little bit down on the convention dissuade you if you were ever thinking of going. And also, if you are thinking of going, you better get on it fast, because badges sold out really quickly this year. And that's an issue that... Oh, hold on. I just realized there was a platform at that island that we did not do. And if I don't do it now, I'm never going to remember. So let's just put the wind the other way and sail on back and take care of that. But yeah, the convention sold out very early this year. So if you're thinking of going, keep an eye on the website, and when tickets are released in probably September, get on that. You can also probably hear that my voice is a little bit scraggly. That's from overuse. That's not sickness, I don't think. I got through the last week of work and I don't feel particularly sick. I think it's just because the convention is so loud. Anytime you need to talk to somebody, you're just sort of yelling by default, because otherwise they can't hear you. And because I went to work immediately after coming back and didn't really have any rest time at all, I think my voice just took a little bit of a beating. But it's a long weekend. It is Martin Luther King Jr. Day on Monday, and seeing as I work in a school, we do not have school on Monday, so it's a nice long weekend. I should be resting my voice. I'm not. I'm recording. But I should be. We had a very successful meetup at MagFest. I host a 4th and 5th gen Pokemon meetup every year. This is our 3rd year doing it. I thought about announcing it on the channel, but I'm not quite ready to, like, meet people in real life who know what I do online. I'm not ready to take that step yet. Maybe I'll announce it next year. We'll see. But I did advertise it in, like, all the Pokemon places and the MagFest places, so maybe you saw it if you went. But we had a great time, and it's honestly the reason I'm going back again next year. We had, did I say this already? We had 15 people come. 15 entire people. I mean, we're aiming for 30, because that'll get you the medal in Pokemon Black 2. But, you know what? We had a great time, so I am not complaining. Getting back into the game, that was a bit of a sidetrack. I guess it's easy to have sidetracks like that when we're sailing on the Great Sea. But yeah, getting back to the game. Let's see what this platform has for us. Currently the answer is nothing, which means we have to destroy the cannons. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of an interesting Let's Play for me, because I am cutting out a lot of the sailing, but not all of it. I've already explained that I would like this to be, you know, the real Wind Waker experience. But that means I'm kind of having to draw from personal experience a little bit more for my commentary, and that's really not my style. I've always been more of an informational commentary person. Boko Baba Seed. Shouldn't have even bothered coming back for that. But yeah, it's interesting. I watch a variety of Let's Players, some of which are informational and some of which are more, like, chatty and personable. And it's not really much of a... I tend to prefer informational, and that's how my style really is, but it can be nice to get the other style sometimes. But it's just, I find it a little bit difficult, and there's games that I would like to Let's Play that I probably won't, because I would have to be more of, like, a chatty, personal story type commentator, because there's just not all that much to say about the game, or at least, if there is a lot to say about the game, you say it, and then the game keeps playing for, like, a half an hour. Like, I would love to do Plants vs. Zombies, but I just don't think I could keep a conversation going for long enough. Not that this is a conversation, but you know what I mean. I don't think I could be interesting enough to talk over that game, because that game really just sort of automates itself after a while. And, like, once you've learned what a plant does, then you just sort of get it set up. And if anybody doesn't know what Plants vs. Zombies is, it's a tower defense game. So you get your setup going, and then it just sort of runs itself with, like, occasional input from you. And there's really not all that much to say about it. And I've seen very successful Let's Plays of it, but it was very much that, like, they would say a little bit about the game and then they were telling stories for the entire rest of the episode. And maybe that's a skill I need to develop, but it certainly is not one that I have developed. Anyway, let's get the Fishman here, because we are going to finish this sector. I'm not seeing any platforms. If there were platforms, I think I'd be seeing them already. The quote-unquote danger of this island is the, what's the word I'm looking for? Whirlwind? Is that what I'm thinking of? The little mini tornadoes. Those are the danger. So northern was Cyclos, this island is the little mini tornadoes, and southern was Peahats. This is by far the easiest to deal with. This is the Eastern Triangle Island. Tell me, Small Fry, have you ever caught a fairy before? Because from what I've been told, when you've been beaten to a pulp by monsters and such, and you think that you finally met your match, if you've got a fairy with you, then you've got nothing to worry about. Don't you wish you had something handy for carrying fairies around with you, Fry? If you want one, go south from here until you see a miserable-looking submarine floating on the sea. Look there. And that's all the info I've got to offer. If you want to hear it again, yes, we know this. Let's get our grappling hook, because we've got another treasure. If I really wanted to, I could go spend some money before hopping into the next dungeon or the next detour. But I don't particularly feel like we need that. Let's see. Yep, still got it. Probably another silver rupee, but we do need those. Yep, silver rupee. One is worth a whopping 200 rupees. I don't think I need to change the wind to get onto this island. Oh, there's those treasure hunters again. I don't think they're going to have anything different to say, though. They never congratulate you for pulling up a bunch of treasure or anything like that. This is the final pearl. And we're placing it into the final statue. Wandering traveler who seeks the guidepost of the goddesses, place the pearl you hold here. You place Farore's pearl into the ancient statue's hands. This tower, which the pearls of the gods have caused to appear, is a place that the gods of the ancient world prepared so that they might test the courage of men. Only one who is able to overcome the trials that await here will be acknowledged by the gods to be a true hero. Only then will that hero be permitted to wield the power to destroy the great evil. Fyra, that which you must obtain now lies before you. You must believe in your own courage, which has led you to triumph over the many hardships you have faced, and you must triumph once again. You must rise above the trial of the gods. And we will. Another time. Before we go into the Tower of the Gods, that has dramatically and beautifully risen from the seas, with, a little comedic twist in there, we have other things we need to do. It is quite urgent that we empty out our Picto box before going in there. If you're playing along and you've never played before and you want to get the pictures, have an empty Picto box. It's extremely important. So what I'm going to do is, on the way, I'm going to take you to a few islands so that we can just sort of get them out of the way and we don't have to do all this later, because I am exploring them all at some point. And if they're on the way anyway, we might as well deal with it. So this island we're going to now is Bomb Island, which is an island that we've heard about before from Zunari, the merchant on Windfall Island. And we will, in fact, find somebody there who's going to help us with our, what do you call it? The Merchant's Oath, that's right. I can see the Fishman, which means we're in the sector. And I do see a platform. I'm going to go for the platform first so I don't forget. There's also a submarine, but we'll get that later. That's probably the one that has the bottle that the Fishman was talking about, but it's not super urgent. And if I get it now, I'm not going to remember that I got it now, and I'm going to have to come back and check it later, and then there's going to just be wasted time checking an empty submarine. So let's just get this platform. How am I doing for joy pendants? Not bad at all. We only need 6 more. Alright. Not every platform has a prize for defeating all the cannons. A few do. It's, fewer than I'd expect, but still a decent chunk. I kind of think they should all give you a reward for beating all the cannons, but I don't know, maybe that would be too predictable. Alright, get a couple more joy pendants for the collection. There we go. Please go over the edge. Nope. If they go over the edge, you don't have to wait for them to stand back up. I sometimes don't know what counts as a hit that's going to knock them down like that. Sometimes I feel like any hit will do it, and sometimes I feel like hits that have done it before don't do it when I do them again. Okay, so we got a treasure just for beating the enemies on this platform, which probably means that we won't get one for beating the cannons, but let us find out. Whoa. Let us find out. Boy, I really wish I didn't have to go to work this week. I mean, it was fine. I got through it. But I got home late on Sunday night, was at the school early Monday morning, and just did not get a break. A red rupee. It's more worth it than a Boko Baba seed. I know, that's just kind of life, but, well, now you can hear that my voice is a little bit whatever. It could be worse. I actually had a sore throat all week. But it got better every day, and I never developed, like, a terrible cough or anything, so I don't think it's illness. I'm pretty sure it is just overuse, like I said. I personally never get con crud. I've never gotten the mag flu. I've never gotten anything from the smaller anime conventions that I've been to, or the bigger ones. I don't know. It's probably just luck. And there's always time. I could get it next year, but I think I'm in the clear for this year, thankfully. Yeah, every convention kind of has its own little name of illness that people get. And it makes sense. They're basically super spreader events. Where'd that Fishman go? There he is. But yeah, I was just really careful. I wore a mask. Except that one time that I forgot, but clearly that didn't matter, because I'm okay. Well, I shouldn't say that. Masks are more for protecting other people than they are for protecting yourself. Most people were not masked. But yeah, I wore a mask, I washed my hands, And I generally tried to bring some healthy food with me. Bomb Island. You ought to come sail these seas on nights when the right half of the moon is missing. It'll give you shivers, Fry. And that's all the info. Yeah, every now and then you'll get a tip from a fishman about a phase of the moon, and that you should come visit during that phase of the moon. We'll be seeing what that means later. As you would figure for Bomb Island, there are many bombable rocks, but only one bombable rock actually gives you anything. Oh, here's Old Man Ho-Ho. To think that over there would be such a container. Yeah, he's looking at the submarine, and that one's definitely got the empty bottle in it. My throat's starting to hurt. I was really hoping I could get a couple of episodes recorded tonight, but it looks like it's just going to be one. Hey, have we met before somewhere? Aren't you? No, couldn't be. Me? I am but a poor traveling merchant. I travel the world searching for rare objects of all sorts, modern and ancient, foreign and exotic. My dream has always been to someday open my own shop, but plans have a way of getting delayed, and now it's been 30 years since I started. Time certainly laughs at us all, huh? And still, day in and day out, rain or shine, I spend my days looking for curiosities and rare items. Which reminds me, that delivery bag of yours looks like it might have some rare treasure in it. If you happen to have something of the quality that one could put on sale in a shop, would you consider trading it? I have many fine products to trade. If you have something you'd like to trade, could you show it to me, please? I do have something I'd like to trade. I have this town flower. Huh? Why, that's a town flower, isn't it? In that case, would you be interested in trading that for this sea flower? Sure. Satisfactory. Then my fee will be, for this, I guess 20 rupees will do. It's a deal. Thanks. That settles things. I'll give you your items I'll give you your item as promised. Hold out both of your hands. You got a sea flower. The scent of the sea wafts from the delicate petals of this flower from an exotic, far-off land. If you find a place to put it, choose your delivery bag on the item screen and set the flower to Y, Z, or X to use it. So, by trading your goods for my goods, we have formed a merchant's oath. So, from now on, I shall honor our merchant's oath by sending shipments of my product to the Windfall Island shop. How, you ask? Why, my good friend the postman will take it there for me, so it will probably get there before you do. Just go back to Windfall and check for yourself. Thanks again. Say, I heard there's another traveling merchant not unlike myself on Great Fish Island to the west of here. They say that for every person in the world, there are 2 more who look exactly alike. I wonder what my twins are like. Well, this is a Goron, and we haven't really seen any other Gorons, and spoiler alert, we're not going to. This is what appears to be left of the Gorons. They are travelers now. But enough about that. That quest will eventually take care of itself, and yes, we are going to need plenty of rupees for it, but we are here for bombs. You can blow up the other bombs on the island. It doesn't get you anything, though. There's pots on the fuse, but that doesn't really get you anything either. So let's just go into this cave. This is not my favorite island. You have to deal with... where are they? There you go. We have to deal with these guys. And these guys do not always cooperate. Case in point. Alright, let's just get this guy on the switch. And when we come in here, we have even more things that don't always like to cooperate. For example, very thin ground, which I will probably fall off of at least once. You gotta come here. Oh, there it goes. It's hard to get across that thing. Lucky for us, lava only takes away 1/4 of a heart. Not so in other Zelda games. I guess they decided to be nice. Yeah, we have... Really? Alright, let's try that again. We have to come over here and hit this switch before we can do anything else. That will turn the fire off for that path. And can we get back without burning ourselves? We can. Now we have to work with these bugs again. Come and get me. No! Didn't want to do that. Oh. Go figure. Now I have to wait for the other one to respawn. And I have to lure it close enough so that it won't go off the edge. Don't go off the edge. It went off the edge. Oh boy. This could take me a few tries. Okay. Yeah, these guys fly pretty far when you hit them. You have to throw them onto these switches. Luckily, you only have to do it once. It's not a switch that needs to be pressed down and held. Come on. But when you come over here... Darn it. Come on. When you come over to this other one, you actually have to skip it across this platform. And the bug can land in the hole, but not actually hit the switch. Which is just great. Alright, let's give this another try. Okay. Trying again. That's not gonna work. Oh, it worked. Never mind. Alright, that could have been worse. But now, of course, we have to walk across this thin platform so we can get our piece of heart. I believe we need 3 more, so we're starting a fresh heart container. And we'll just have to get some more pieces of heart as we go, which we will because there's always pieces of heart in a dungeon. We have plenty of health, though. Lucky for us, landing in the lava there took us straight to the door we were trying to get to anyway. So let's get out of here, and I can't say never come back, because we'll be back here a lot for that merchant, but let's never come back to this cave. I'm not even going to bother going over to the pots on the fuse. Just take my word for it, there's nothing in them. There's like a couple of rupees or something. It's not even like a fairy or anything like that. Alright. Our last stop is going to be Forest Haven. And I'm going to show you exactly 1 cycle of what it looks like to drop off a full pictobox full of pictographs. Basically, it takes time for pictographs to be made, so what you have to do is you have to get to the Nintendo Gallery, turn in your pictographs, and then either wait a day or just play the Song of Passing until the full day passes. And you gotta do this for every single pictograph. I will fully admit, this quest could have been done a lot better. I would have much preferred it if it didn't take time to make or maybe if it did take time to make the figurines, but you could submit as many pictures as you wanted to, and it would just like go onto a queue or something. But for whatever reason, I still love this quest. It is still a ton of fun. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna get to the Nintendo Gallery. I'm gonna turn in my pictures, not all of which will even necessarily work because they're monster pictures, and monster pictures can be kind of tough. And then we'll probably end it for this episode. In the next episode, there's one more little detour I want to make, and then I would like to jump into the Tower of the Gods. Alright. Let us go up here. This is the Nintendo Gallery. We've been inside before, but we couldn't go into any of the exhibition rooms because we're not a member. I'm hoping that at least one of these pictographs will be worthy, I mean. If they're not, it's not the end of the world. There's stuff we can do here, but I would like for it to be good. Yes! Aha! This is quite an inspiring motif. Hurrah! I'm filled with inspiration. Please, permit me to sculpt this. It will be a jewel of a figurine. So what's your name, kid? Fyra? Fyra, is it? Well, Fyra, this officially marks your induction to into our little club. I think I should be done with this tomorrow. If you'd like, you can go ahead and take a look at our gallery in the meantime. And while we're here, I am going to take a picture of this guy. Because he's not always here, and you don't always get such an easy shot. I'm not going to show you all the rooms right now, because there's quite a lot of them, and there's nothing in them right now. So we'll take a peek at those when there's more. And more to see. Maybe I'll even wait to show them off until we've finished everything. Unless somebody tells me they want to see them sooner. And thus begins the wait. We just gotta play the Song of Passing until it is tomorrow. Just passing the evening will not do. Like I said, I'm gonna make you watch this one time, because I want you to get the idea of what this takes. But from now, once this one time is over, I will be cutting all of this out. It'll be like when I did Thousand Year Door and we did the recipes, and I just cut straight from the to the ingredients and then to the result. Alright. You know what? I'll show you the figurine, why not? Welcome, Fyra. That figurine you requested is ready. It's been a long time since I've done work this exceptional. Go in that door there to check it out. I've put it in the third room from the left. My left. Alright, what else you got for me? What's the matter? Hurry up and go look at it. You won't be disappointed. Alright, why don't we go take a look? This is the enemy room. The standard enemy room. There's a separate room for bosses and big boy enemies. As you can see, there's tons of places here for figurines. Lucky for us, choo-choos only have one picture for each color. Meaning that you can take a picture of any color and you'll get all of them. Each figurine has a description. I think what I'm going to do with the descriptions is I'm probably going to make a bonus episode and read all the descriptions and the names, just like I did for when I did Space Channel 5 and I read all of the bonus stuff at the end. Because I'm sure there's probably people who don't care. There's probably people who do care. And I want to make sure that everybody gets what they need, whether that's watching it or not watching it. That worked. Very good. Oh no, Fyra, the figurine making process is a trade secret, I'm afraid. I can't let you take any pictographs of my work. Can you come back tomorrow? I guess I can understand that. Now that there are pictographs in the gallery, the guy who I just took the picture of will be walking around in there. So that can make him a little bit hard to find, and also he'll be moving from now on, so that makes it even harder to get a good pictograph of him. I think he will have times where he comes back into the main room and is stationary again, but I don't quite remember, so get that picture of him while you can. I think the way I'm going to handle the pictograph quest is every now and then I'll put out a bonus episode just of pictographs. I'll see how long it takes to actually do that, because there's going to be a lot of cutting in an episode like that, and and if it turns out that there's still enough footage for like a solid bonus episode, then I might go by island or by type. And if it turns out that there's barely any footage, like there was with the recipes, then perhaps I will just throw it all into one bonus video, but I'll have to figure that out later. Whoop, where am I going? Take this bat? Yes. Very good. Oh, I suppose he will say one thing different once, now that we're actually a member. I've been skipping through the text because it's going to be all the same, and we're going to see a lot of it. Ah! I think... I'm trying to think. Because I said I'd only make you watch one round of this, but we do have another couple pictographs that we're going to turn in while we're here. I don't particularly want to edit this episode, so I think this will be our sort of... not montage, but this will be our little demonstration. It doesn't take that long. It just takes longer than I would like. But yeah, that's the thing about Wind Waker. A lot of it is traveling, and if you're doing the pictographs, a lot of it is just sitting here and playing the Song of Passing. There really is a lot of waiting in this game, and it's the kind of thing that never really bothered me. I've always been kind of zen about it, but I can see how that would make some people pretty annoyed. Let's just take a quick look at the pictographs that we have. We've got bokoblins, who again have every color, and Keese, which again have both types. And here he is. Oh, great shot. Hey, ooh, hey, wow, what kind of figurine are you after? If you have a picto box, you can get as many figurines as you like. Yeah, wow, this place is like paradise. I'm glad he's happy. He seems to be the only other person that ever comes here. Let's take a pictograph of this guy. Don't worry, you can't get his full body, and because of that, the game takes pity on you, and all you need is the top part of his body. Well, do you like it? If you do, then go find me another great subject to work on. You mean like this guy? Are you saying my fans want this figurine? Wow, that golden, freshly brushed hair, that stylish yet unassuming bod. Why, this is a mighty handsome man. Mercy, my very soul compels me to make a figurine from this picture. Please, permit me to sculpt this. It will be a jewel of a figurine. Alrighty, as usual, you'll have to wait until tomorrow. I bet you're looking forward to seeing what you're going to get. I don't think he has unique dialogue like that for all of the pictographs. I'm pretty sure it's just for him, for the guy and for him. But I guess I'll be a little bit more careful from now on. Going into the Tower of the Gods, there's going to be one pictograph that I suspect may not be missable, but I think might be. And there's going to be one pictograph that is very, very missable. So you absolutely want to make sure that you have as many open spaces as possible, just in case you mess something up. In fact, I may end up leaving the dungeon and going back in, just so because there's two missable pictographs that you have to keep on your picto box at the same time, and if you miss either one of them, you need to reset. So I think I might break that up, as much as I hate doing that. Alright. I think you'll have something special to say about this one, too. Beautiful, breathtaking, sublime. The shiny pupil, the smooth, supple skin. Who is this, and where can I find such beauty existing in the world? Why, this is beauty incarnate. Mercy, my heart bubbles over with the undeniable compulsion to create a figurine from this work of art. Please, permit me to sculpt this. Alright. And we're just gonna leave that there, because by the time we do our detour and come back, day might have already passed. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode, where I know I keep saying this, but I'm fairly sure we're going to get into the next dungeon. No promises, but I promise. Alright, bye-bye.